NBA drafts in a couple days, and Bleacher Report put together an article of a mock draft with trades involved. I'm just assuming it's going to be a bunch of trades on Wednesday and Thursday. At least I'm hoping for that. So we're going to react to that article and see exactly what they got building up. A lot of y'all know I'm not a college basketball guy. I usually take a week or two before the draft to do a bunch of cramming. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And this is not an ad whatsoever, but I want to show some love for an independent publishing place that I've been reading over the last couple of years when it comes to draft stuff. Is No Ceilings. I put the link in the description, where it's an entire ebook of the draft. Like, it's 120 plus pages of all the scouting that you can need. And I don't want to show too much because, again, I want you to go out there and support independent writing and stuff. But shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the guys. They always do an amazing job. And this has been my reference over the last week or so. It's very well put together. That's all I got to say. Shout out to them again. All right, so here we go. Zack Buckley. I don't know if Zack Buckley's known as a draft guy. I really don't know. I know him as a guy that draws trades. And again, this one has 5 different trades. So maybe that's what it's coming from. And this was published about 2 to 3 days ago as you're seeing this video. So let's get into it. The first overall pick is Richard Sarr. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about Alex Sarr not feeling comfortable with the Atlanta Hawks and that his number one preference is the Washington Wizards. And listen, this is all I want to say, Wizards fans. Congratulations. I don't know if Alex Sarr is going to be really good at this level. But the fact that y'all are his number one and not Atlanta should make you feel pretty good. And this pick is so interesting. The Atlanta Hawks offseason is just going to be one for the ages. What decisions do they make? Richard Sarr obviously projects to be a really good, I guess he was a really good shooter. But he projects to be more of a 3-and-D type of dude, and taking that first overall feels weird. But again, this is not one of them draft classes was for sure number one guy. Number 2 is, of course, Alex Sarr. Okay, number 3, first trade of the video. Let's see exactly what it is. It is somebody trading up to get Reece Shepard. It is a number 3 overall pick, Cam Whitmore and Jacques Lindale to the Hornets. Wow. For Brandon Ingram going, it's a 3-teamer. Brandon Ingram going over to Houston, and then the Pelicans getting Miles Bridges, number 6, Jayshawn Tate, number 44. Okay, that's interesting. I think if you're the Hornets, you walking out of here feeling really, really good. You trade away Miles Bridges. Okay, whatever. I don't know if you even think about him as part of your long-term future as much as you did 2 years ago. But you get Reece Shepard, who I think alongside LaMelo Ball would be like a really good backcourt. You get Cam Whitmore, which is just cool. Cam Whitmore is a bucket. Everybody knows that. Weird that he fell to number 20 in last year's draft. If you're the Hornets, you feel really good about this trade, man. I guess it really is dependent on how much you believe in Miles Bridges, right? I am not a guy that believes in him very much as far as him being one of the real building blocks in Charlotte. So, hell, we trade him away for number 3 and Reece Shepard. And Cam Whitmore could be a building block. He's super, super young. The Houston Rockets, of course, is trading number 3 and Cam Whitmore and Jacques Landale in order to get Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram last year of his contract. So you're looking at a team right now, if this is the only trade, that it's like, it's Freddie, it's Jalen Green, does Dylan Brooks come off the bench now as a defensive tone setter? I don't know, you'd have to figure that out. But then you got Brandon Ingram, Bari, and then Alperen going. I like Brandon Ingram as a fit over there for sure. I don't know about the Pelicans, though. We traded Brandon Ingram. I mean, I guess it depends on what we do at number 6. But, like, this is not a team that's looking to get draft compensation, right? This is a team with Zion and a bunch of other already younger players between Dyson Daniels, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins. They got a bunch of young players on the roster already, and we're going to trade away an all-star caliber player in BI to get number 6, and we trying to compete for a playoff spot every year? I don't know if I like that. But a very interesting trade. The next one is another trade, the Memphis Grizzlies trade up. A rumor that's been out there for some time that Memphis really likes Donovan Clingan. This is them trading Marcus Smart, Zaire Williams, number 9, and then number 39, and then another second-round pick for number 4 and Keldon Johnson. It's already been expressed for the Memphis Grizzlies that Marcus Smart is not getting traded, but I feel like I've heard that before. I've heard the good old Marcus Smart is not getting traded before. Now, it wasn't from the Grizzlies. It was from his previous team, and then he got traded. But let's take that out. Of course, they said they're not going to trade him, but let's say they didn't have their report. How do we actually feel about this trade where it gives them a center, and that is the position of need right there for them? Like, Jared could run some 5, but I feel like he's better at the 4 position, and Donovan Clingan provides a lot of things that they could potentially need. Marcus Smart didn't even really get to play alongside Ja Morant, and you gave up draft compensation to get Marcus Smart. So this will be like, we messed up. I think it's just hard for front offices to admit that type of stuff. And I can't even say it was a mistake to trade for Marcus Smart just yet because we haven't seen him play with the real team for more than a few games. I do like Donovan Clingan in Memphis, though. That's for sure. It's either like one of the centers. It's Mitchell Robinson. It's Donovan Clingan. It's Nicholas Claxton. One of those centers have to end up with the Grizzlies, and I feel really good about the Grizzlies this year. But Zaire Williams was a stretch when they drafted him, getting rid of that. And then, if you're the Spurs, Marcus Smart with Wemby is cool. Like, I guess it doesn't really change too much. I mean, you become a better defensive team around Wemby, which is dope. And then you get number 9, and you already got number 8. So number 8 and number 9 back to back. You have to really hope that one of the guards, whether it be Stephon Castle or Rob Dillingham, is there at the end of the first or end of the top 10, which I don't know how realistic that is. Then we got Mattis, I forget, and I met this man and I still don't remember. Or is it Modest? Modest, that's how you pronounce it, because like a modest kid. He goes to Detroit. I actually like this fit. I think Detroit got some new shooting coaches over there. I could be mistaken, but they got some shooting coaches that they just brought in. They're like, yeah, Modest did not shoot the ball very well with the G League Ignite last season. He shot the ball very well his senior year in high school. I guess he didn't shoot the ball well his junior year, sophomore year, freshman year. So it's like, hey, I know Detroit, we don't have much shooting, but let's go upside because Modest was widely considered the first overall pick before he went to the G League Ignite. Maybe we could get him to shoot again. And then boom, now he looks really good alongside Kay Cunningham and company. The Knicks, what? Now this would be a surprise. So the Pelicans end up with this pick from the Brandon Ingram trade. So they're trading 6 and Larry Nance for Mitchell Robinson in 24. What the Knicks? So okay, Stephon Castle kind of fits New York Knicks just because. So the thing is, he wants to be a point guard. He will not be a point guard because he will be on Jalen Brunson's team. So that's one of the reasons I'm going to say no to it. But like, he's like a Josh Hart type of player, right? A lot of the comps say like he's gonna defend, he's gonna hustle. The jump shot is questionable, but maybe maybe not Josh Hart type of player. No, that's not him. But I don't like the fit for the New York Knicks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the fit for him. Considering what he wants to do as an NBA player. The Pelicans get a Mitchell Robinson would be dope, though. They get an actual defensive-minded center for the first time in the Zion era, so that would be cool. But I don't really love the trade for number 6. Number 7, Cody Williams going to the Portland Trail Blazers. All right, shout out to Cody Williams. How would I like that fit? I mean, the Blazers they're not a blank canvas completely, but I kind of feel like they are going that direction because this is year number 2 of their rebuild. So you can just go out there and get a guy. And if you think Cody Williams is the guy at 7, that makes sense to me. So the Spurs, I bet it's going to be Rob Dillingham. No! Oh, wait, the Bulls traded up. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let's go back. So the Spurs get Dalton Connect. Obviously, one of the more offensively polished guys in this draft. He's 37 years old as a rookie, or going in as a rookie. But I guess the Bulls trade up. It's number 11, and then that Portland pick that we have from the Larry Marketing trade. Right, Larry Marketing. Yeah, Derrick Jones Jr. Larry Marketing trade. This pick may never actually turn into anything because if I'm not mistaken, if it doesn't turn into anything, or if it doesn't convey over the next couple of years, it turns into a couple seconds. The Trailblazers are going to be a lottery team for the foreseeable future. I think that's the case. So this pick might just end up being a few seconds. So we're trading up to get Devin Carter. This article came out hours before the Josh Giddey trade, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think it makes sense for the Bulls to go get another guard, even though I really do like Devin Carter, and I really like the idea of him as a Bull before we traded for Josh Giddey. So this trade probably doesn't make sense anymore for the Bulls. Next, the 10th overall pick, Utah Jazz get Ron Holland. Okay. Another guy that was widely considered a top prospect, went to the G League Ignite and tanked that value. Okay, so here are the Spurs getting Rob Dillingham. So the Spurs walk out of this with Marcus Smart, Rob Dillingham, and Dalton Connect. Spurs fans, how we feel about that? Marcus Smart, Rob Dillingham, and Dalton Connect. Rob Dillingham, Marcus Smart, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and then Wemby, and Dalton Connect being a little plug off the bench. I don't know. Number 12. This is one of the guys that I have not got around completely to, even in that draft guide. I don't know much about this guy, so I'm going to have to definitely lock in a little bit. Feels like an OKC type of player, though. High upside. What is it saying? He's 6'9". He's a 6'9" shooter, finisher with multi-position defender who has dropped hints of having a deep off the... Hey, if this is all true, how the hell is he at number 12? He's 18 years old. He can do all of this? I don't know. I'm skeptical. I got to go lock in on draft stuff. Jacoby Walter to the Sacramento Kings. I think this also was before the Malik Monk thing, Malik Monk extension. So maybe this doesn't make a ton of sense for them now. But maybe it still does. I don't know. Keyshawn George to the Trailblazers there. So they walk out with Cody Williams and Keyshawn George. All right. Number 15 is going to be Topic, who would be a top 10 pick if it wasn't for his ACL injury. And the Miami Heat getting him would be kind of a steal at that point, if you believe that he'll be able to come back from that and be the same guy that he was projected to be. And the Miami Heat at number 15, I mean, you can afford, if you keep in Jimmy Butler and all of that, and I guess it's a rumor at this point, to be like, hey, we got a little drafty stashy kind of point guard just chilling here because we already got some younger players, you know, Jaime Jaquez and Jovic and stuff like that. 16 is Tristan Da Silva, one of the older guys in the draft, but from what I've watched of him and read of him, I think I kind of like Tristan Da Silva, man. For the 76ers, this will be kind of good, I guess. He's one of the guys that are going to be able to play at least real minutes to start his career, at least I think. Could be mistaken there. And they got a whole roster completely open with the 76ers, so who knows. Then we got Zach Edey to the Lakers. I think Kevin O'Connor has been pushing this very heavily that he wants to see Zach Edey with the Lakers to run the 5 position alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron. Shout out to Zach Edey. I have no idea what to think of him as an NBA prospect. Orlando Magic, Jeremy McCain. Jeremy McCain is one of my guys in this year's draft, for sure. One of my guys in this year's draft. If he falls to 18, Orlando Magic probably feel pretty good about him being there number 18. Number 19 is Bub going to the Raptors. Interesting. 6'4" with a 6'8" wingspan. Enough vision to run point and the abilities to shoot and distribute off the ball. I think he's such a high upside pick, man. If the Raptors ended up with him and Scotty Barnes together, I think it could be pretty cool stuff. I don't know if he'll actualize his potential, but like I would, if I'm number 19 in this year's draft, let me see who's after him. Johnny Furphy. Okay, I would feel good about Bub being at number 19. Johnny Furphy. We met Johnny Furphy at the draft combine. He walked into the room, and I kid you not, I thought he was like 14 years old, bro. He looks so young, dog. He looks so young. But the Cleveland Cavaliers take him there. Again, another guy that I haven't done a ton of research on just yet, so we got to lock in. Then we get Misi for the Pelicans. Okay, I mean, then in this, they also ended up with Mitchell Robinson, so it gets them another center. I saw some footage somewhere, and he looked like Giannis. So he's not going to be Giannis, but man. Tyler Kolek for the Suns. All right, once we get to the second round, late first round, I'm not too familiar with all of these guys. Jalen Tyson is one of the dudes that I am familiar with. 21 years old, see well equipped for a complimentary role, small forward, power forward. Okay. Then we got Ware going to the Celtics in a trade. So it's the Celtics trading up from 30 with number 54, and then another second round pick to the Pelicans. Cool. Then we get Day'Ron Holmes to the Knicks, one of my favorite prospects in the year's draft. I don't even know the footage, bro. I ain't watched the footage, but when we interviewed him, he said he was ready to tear some people's throats out on the court. And I'm like, oh yeah, he cool. He ready. Isaiah Collier dropping to 26 will be insane, bro. Another one of those dudes that came into this year as one of the top projected picks. If he's at number 26 and the Wizards are there, take him. Take him, because what do you have to lose at this point? What do you have to lose? You already got Sarr. Yeah, Bilal Coulibaly, Deni Avdija. This is a high upside pick at number 26. Then we got Terrence Shannon Jr. to the Timberwolves out of Illinois. We get Cal Filipowski. Oh, all right. There's another big to be with the Denver Nuggets. And when we interviewed him, he said he watches a bunch of Jokic footage. Could he be Jokic 2.0? Number 29 is going to be another guy that I'm unfamiliar with. Utah Jazz. Is this another French prospect? France has like 1,000 players this year. And then lastly, we got KJ Simpson from Colorado. So Colorado has 3 first-round picks in this year's draft. Cody Williams, Tristan Da Silva, and KJ Simpson. I don't know much about him either. But, well, okay. All right, we dive in a little bit. Get a little bit of draft stuff. Let me know what you think. Would you be happy with your favorite team if that's the way the draft went? I don't know.